Is Alperen Sengun an all-star or Alperen Sengun all-star me? We're going to find out.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Summit State of Mind presented to you by the Apollo Podcast Network. In this episode, we are going to discuss, is Alperen Sengun an all-star? Plus, Rockets versus Clippers preview. We're also going to talk about the Rockets' 6-game win streak. I am currently joined by my brother, the GM, and the big dog DJ in the house. Boys, we're here for one reason only, the Houston Rockets. Let's talk about it right now, but I want to go ahead and jump into immediately Alperen Sengun. Is he an all-star? So let's talk about it. Let's put it on the table, guys. Let me throw some stats at y'all.
Okay.
And then we're gonna talk about it. Okay.
Let's hear it.
Is Alperen Sengun an all-star? So far this season in 9 games, he's scored 19.4 points, 8.2 rebounds, 6 assists.
Wow.
60% from the field. 60.
6-0.
Wow.
The ranking on the field goal percentage is 6th in the entire NBA.
He's so
Wow.
6th in the entire NBA.
Okay.
So, in comparison, Bam Adebayo who was an all-star last year, averaged 20.4 points per game going into the break. We have clarity in terms of what it takes to get there. DJ, I'll take it over to you first. We filmed an episode that ultimately was not able to make it. Hit the cutting room floor. We weren't able to get it out. But you had a hot take right out of the gate.
Yeah.
And it has to do something with this. Well, share it with the people. So,
I said,
is Alperen Sengun an all-star?
I said Alperen Sengun will be an all-star this year. He will be an all-star this year, man. The numbers speak for itself, man. 60% from the field. That's insane, man. That's insane. I fucking love it. I fucking love it, man. It's like every time he steps on the court, I just smile when he gets on the court, man, because I know he's about to fucking hoop, man. Nobody can fucking stop him right now. He's looking great. He's playing defense. Nobody thought this man.
Right.
Nobody thought this man would be able to play defense. I said bull junk, man.
Guilty.
I said bull junk, man. We got a new coach. It's not Steven Silas ball anymore. This Ime Udoka, man. Slap some Ime on it, man. So it's great to see him ball, man. And yes, I think he will be an all-star. Actually, I know
He should, and I really believe so. Yeah, and I think the numbers speak for itself, and defensively, I think that's like huge. I think the jump, and it's funny too that people talk about the year 3 Jalen jump. I don't think people talk enough about the Alp year 3 jump, which he averaged 14 points last year, so he's jumped 5 points. So we'll talk about this in a future episode, but most improved is on the table too, especially GM. Over to you. What do you think?
First of all, we got to give shout outs to DJ because he said that when we were 0-1 or 0-2 at that point in time. No one knows that, but he was pushing that out.
No, we were 0-3.
0-3?
Oh,
we were 0-3.
We lost all 3.
We were 0-3 when DJ had said that. So let's clarify that to ensure that the people do know that there are receipts. Like this isn't just happening because we're 6-3, we're the 4th seed. This is before that. This is a statement that he has stood behind from the beginning. So, shout out to our boy. First of all, do I believe he's an all-star? Absolutely. He's unquestionably been the best player on the floor this year. Ime Udoka has shown so much trust for Alp. Being able to put the ball in his hands, not just quarters 1 through 3, but in crunch time as well. To have Alp make decisions in clutch time is huge, and it's been leading to winning basketball. We've seen a lot of progression in terms of his defense. His defense might not be the best in terms of, we always criticize his lateral movement, going from side to side, not being able to stay in front of the big men. But what we've seen is that there's a thing called effort. Ime Udoka has found that dog inside Alp, and that dog has been released in terms on the defensive side of the ball. When you got guys like Dylan Brooks, Fred VanVleet pushing you constantly, Jeff Green pushing you constantly, like these veterans that have been around, been there, done that in this league, and have seen the best bigs play. And to see Alp shine alongside these guys, and let's not forget to shout out Jalen Green, another member of the starting lineup, that we've seen this progression in his game is amazing. The confidence, the one-legged Dirk jumper, that's like the most. That's like one of the most aesthetically pleasing things I've seen.
Talk to him.
All
talk to him,
year.
DJ.
So one of my homies, shout out to RM. He made a little compilation on his page.
I saw that. Yeah.
You know what his nickname for him? Turk Nowinski.
Yeah,
That's
I saw
fucking
that.
cold.
hard.
Yeah.
That's
That's
fucking
hard.
cold.
That's hard.
Shout out to RM for
That's
that,
hard.
man. That's fucking cold, man.
I saw that, and I saw that
Turk
nickname on that tweet,
Nowitzki.
and that was beautiful.
Turk Nowitzki. You know what? You know what? We may have found it. We may have found the new name.
Oh,
Yo,
man.
shout out. What's his name?
Turk Novin. Oh,
No. Shouts to who came
RM,
up
man.
with
My boy RM,
it.
man.
Shouts to RM. I feel like
man.
we've met him. Have I met him?
He's been to one again. I
He's
don't
been to
know-
a car. Yeah, shouts to
he's
you,
been
man.
to
I feel like I've met you. Yeah, no, shouts to you, brother. Oh
Yeah.
my god, guys, real quick. So we talked about like where he stands like in the league, but just on the team alone, his footprint just to show from a statistical standpoint, because All-Star, to be an All-Star, you have to be somewhat of a stats stuffer, right? We realize that's what the NBA is. It's like half popularity, half statistics, and then like, well, I would say this. A third in statistics, a third in popularity, a third in record. Like you have to be winning.
That's right.
Like Christian Wood put up decent numbers, but he wasn't like on a winning team.
we was
Like, you know
ass.
what I mean? So yeah, that's the last time I mentioned Christian Wood on the show.
I
So
hope so.
Alperen Sengun, points per game on the Rockets. This is all team related now. So points per game, he's number 1 on the team.
Yeah.
Number 1 on the team in rebounds.
Yep.
Number 2 in the assist category behind Fred VanVleet.
Fair.
Okay. He's number 3 technically in field goal percentage, but like Jeff Green's at 61, like Jermaine Samuels, which I'm not going to count.
Yeah.
Alperen Sengun's like number 2 essentially.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
This is where it gets interesting. He's number 3 in steals in the team.
That says a lot.
So
about his
1.6
hands.
for Jayshawn Tate, 1.1 for Dylan, 1 for Alperen
Alp.
Sengun.
That's
And-
big. That's
Yeah.
a huge deal.
And Alp's number 2 in blocks. So he's at 0.5. So like, I mean, half a block. We knew like he doesn't have like crazy athleticism. Getting blocks is like
Yeah.
not the strong shoot, but he did block. He did block. Who did he
Jokic.
block? He blocked Jokic.
Oh, that was
He blocked
that was
Jokic.
cold.
Hey, that was nice.
That
Put
was
it on a
cold.
poster.
That got me up, man.
Put it on a poster,
Hey,
baby.
man.
I think like what we can see right now, and your vote counts, guys, and this is all around the world. So I'm speaking to our fans when the vote, because voting hasn't opened yet, right?
No.
When
no.
voting opens, this is me talking to fans all around the world. I know, shouts to our Turkey listeners, because I know y'all have been coming on our show, visiting Apollo. Thank you so much for that, by the way. Y'all are awesome. Like, seriously, great stuff, and we appreciate the support y'all have given us and to Alperen Sengun. This is like our campaign now. Campaign trail. Once it starts,
Yeah.
put in those votes, cast those votes. Alperen Sengun deserves to be an all-star. Absolutely deserves to be an all-star. I want it. I want him on the all-star team this year. I think he's earned it. I think he deserves it. Well on his way. Guys, question, is he also the best player on the team? Do you believe so?
I think he is.
Yeah, say
I
with your
think
chest.
he is.
Say with your chest.
Come on,
Chest,
come
DJ.
on,
He's
come on.
playing like the best player now. So yeah.
He's the best player on the team. No.
Yeah.
He's the best player on the team, dude, by
I mean,
far.
he is the most effective player. He's like what his net was it his player efficiency rating is like top 10 in the whole league.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I think it's like
Currently.
9 or 10.
Yeah, he is
killing
playing
it.
next level.
He's
and I
killing
think
it.
he deserves kudos for that. Like he is what's been spinning this train in terms of how we're getting these W's. I mean, I'm not going to, shine away from anyone else on the team, but he is essentially the one that is leading the way. is
I
what
think
we
he's the
should be
most
saying.
important piece, and it makes you think like, did we don't want to dive into the rabbit hole, but obviously, did we dodge that Brook Lopez like allegation of him signing? Like, did we dodge that? I think we did. I think
mean,
we did.
I still got love for Brooke.
I got love for Brook too,
I mean,
but
Brook is like, he's not doing his best in Milwaukee right now, but at the same time, like,
I mean, when Milwaukee,
I mean, it's Brook Lopez.
They're
Yeah,
like
right.
they're like 29th in the league in rebounding right
Yeah.
now.
Right.
They're not playing very well
Right.
at all this year.
I mean, but like for the most part, though, I mean, Alperen Sengun, the fact that he's kind of risen above like everything else, and I don't think, like I said earlier in this episode, like people don't talk so much about the Jalen year 3 leap. Like that was literally the topic of the offseason that I
Yeah.
feel like not enough stock went into the leap that Alperen Sengun got. Maybe he took it personally. You never know. Maybe he heard the noise and was like,
no, he
there might be a
def
starter
hurt.
coming in. Yeah, there might be someone
def hurt.
taking my place. Like, no, I'm not going to stand for that. Fuck that. I'm going to come in. I'm going to hoop. I'm the best player. He knows he's best. Like, talent-wise, he's easily like one of the most talented guys, maybe in the NBA. Like, there's no one at 7 feet officially, not allegedly, 7 feet that could be able to move at that kind of pace, and to be able, like we said, we covered it last episode, but like to be able to move at that pace and like to be like a Jokic light, like that's pretty much what he was compared to as.
Yeah.
Not to just compete with him, but to go toe to toe with him.
Yeah.
I think that was like the belief there. All right, boys, let's go ahead and move on now. Let's talk about Houston Rockets. Obviously, look, record. We're 6-3. So as of today, as of
Yo.
November 15, 2023, we are in sole possession. We're not tied. We're not tied for this record. We are in sole possession of the 4th seed. If the playoffs started today, guys, Rockets would have home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs. Imagine, like,
I need that.
giggling like
I need it,
schoolgirls.
man. I
Giggling
need
like
it.
schoolgirls.
Hypothetically,
I just saw both of
if
y'all.
we had the season today,
I'm across the street from them,
4th
and they're
seed, baby.
and they're both and they both giggled. They both giggled like, "What are we doing?" 9 games into the season.
Wow.
What are we doing?
DJ and I, we're taking
Yeah.
any kind of
I'll take
victories
any
that we hear,
victory.
bro. We'll take any
Any
victory.
victory.
If the
Hell
playoff,
yeah.
but seriously, if the playoffs started today, home court advantage in the first round, like that's insane when you think about it. And it all started. Obviously, look, the sky was falling. We were 0-3.
Mhm.
We tacked off this insane. We took our first L at home against the Warriors, and then we beat Charlotte. We beat the Kings twice, right? We beat
Lakers.
is that Lakers?
Yeah.
We beat New Orleans,
Mhm.
and then we beat the Denver Nuggets.
Mhm.
Like these aren't cakewalk teams. Some of them were cakewalk teams. I mean, they've had players that were hurt, here and there.
No, I'm not trying to
But
hear that.
yeah,
man.
but I ain't trying to hear
You
that
still- you still
because
gotta
we were
beat
the
'em
worst
at the
team.
end of the day,
We
bro.
were the
Still
worst
gotta beat 'em.
team in the NBA. Boys, open forum right now. 6-game win streak, 6-3, going for 7 on Friday, which we'll talk about in our next segment. But right now, let's talk about the totality of the 6-game win streak and the culture that has shifted in the city of Houston. What are we thinking so far? DJ, over to you first. 6-game win streak.
Well, first of all, I think the one thing that impressed me during this win streak is his matchup with Sabonis. I mean, yeah, you have the win. Okay, so the win against LA was good. The win against the Pelicans for our first in-season tournament, great. Win against the defending champs, amazing. But dude, we're talking about a guy who's also being compared to Alperen Sengun, Demontis Sabonis. Right?
Facts.
He
Talk to him, DJ.
outplayed. I understand Fox it was not there. I don't care. He outplayed Sabonis. I outplayed him. Man.
Easily.
Easily. And I'm pushing he's better than Sabonis now.
Yes,
he's better than Sabonis. He's better than Sabonis. Playing great defense, playing efficient ball, man. It was just amazing to see.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, well, why don't you want to say the other game? Man, nah. I like the head-to-head matchup with them. Sabonis did his thing. But hey, Alperen Sengun, better than today. Now, when I'm thinking about it, man, it's just amazing. Like you said, 0-3 start. It was ugly. Everybody's saying, are we going to be the same Rockets from last year? It took some time to gel. Look at us now. Top 10 defense, top 10 offense.
Yep.
Top 10 defense. Top 10. Man, we have not been able to say that in a while.
What
It's
are we
great to
doing?
say
What are
that.
we
It's great to
doing?
say
You
that.
know when they
Oh.
say like those little quadrant things, like where like the dots of like where they stand in terms of just your play, like top 10 defense, top 10 offense, bottom 10, blah blah blah. To see us on the top right quadrant of like play
It's
is
amazing.
like a welcome sight to see. And honestly, we weren't expecting that as fans. We expected the offense to be up there.
Right.
Right. We understand that what type of offense Ime likes to run, and we can see a version of that being run through Alp and Fred VanVleet. But the top 10 defense thing, that is the thing that stands out to me the most. Like we're number 1 in fast break points.
I think
given up.
Yeah.
Like we're under 10 a game.
Yeah.
And that's like double. That's like, that's cut in half of what we gave up last year, I feel like. I don't know the numbers. I know it's a lot more.
It's a lot
it
more.
felt like a lot more.
Right.
It
But
definitely is.
but like seeing the term that we're seeing, the hustle, living up to the mantra of Houston being a hustle town. Shout out to the Astros way back when. That being said, like the defensive end is where we're making our mark. The defensive end is where we're going to be a top 6 seed, like Kenny has suggested all year since the summer. Like if we can keep this up, I don't know if it's going to be possible to keep up a top 10 defense and top 10 offense at the same time, because those are honestly that's
very
elite.
difficult.
That's
It's
elite.
elite. It's championship level.
Yeah, but
Let's
to say
speak
that
it.
we're already here and 10 games in, 6
Game
and 3,
9.
is
Right.
it too early to say that is legit? Like this change, like you said, slap some Ime on that.
Right.
All you had to do is
Slap
put
a
some
little
Ime
Ime on it.
culture,
Right.
and everything has changed.
Well, Ben Sullivan as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ben
absolutely.
Sullivan. He's
Shout out to Ben
amazing,
Sullivan.
yeah.
The shooting has improved
Yeah, man.
as well, but just the defensive end, bringing in those vets, Dylan Brooks being probably like one of the most important pieces on a winning team. You know, and
By far.
hearing I listen to NBA podcasts and hearing people talk about Dylan Brooks in a positive light, especially Memphis fans who are like, why couldn't he have done this? Because he has attempted less than 6 shots a game in 3 of the 9 games so far.
Well, everyone
He did
in
that
Memphis
in
is wondering
5 games.
like, why couldn't we get that
In 3 years for Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis
3
fans,
years.
Yeah, Memphis fans miss him
I
bad.
think it's facts. I mean, they're the worst team in the they're the worst team. Well, I don't know about the NBA, but they're the worst team in the Western Conference. They're 15.
No, I think
No, they're in the league. Worst team.
Right, they're
Yeah.
2-9, right?
Yep.
They only beat for their second
But
win
they beat the Clippers.
against
Yeah, they
the
beat the
Clippers,
Clippers.
which we're gonna shine a light on in a little bit. But like, boys, and that's the thing. Like, when you talk about is the sample size good enough to put it in a macro standpoint, we're about to get an eighth of the way through the season already.
Yep.
With the first 10 games of the season, once that 10th game is in the book, is that big enough of a sample size? Is 10 games like once we hit that 10th game mark? If we get the win against Clippers, especially if we end up first 10 at 7-3. We were 1-8 at this point last year.
Yep.
Starting the season, first 10 games at 1-9. At worst, we're gonna finish 6-4. At worst, you know, it makes me think like when does the team start looking legit? And I think the 6-game win streak is great. The thing for me that I need to see in terms of them actually being successful, they need to win on the road.
Yep.
They're 0-2.
Yep.
Now, granted, not big enough sample size. Only played 2 games on the road.
Yep.
Only played 2 games. And they should have won the other one. They should have won
Yep,
game
they should have
2
won
against the
against
Spurs.
Antonio.
Shoutouts to my son. They should have won game 2.
Hold some accountability.
I'm sorry.
Hold some accountability.
I'm sorry. Hey,
I love you, my boy.
hey,
We need to have a private conversation, my son.
Ever since that, man, he's been
Ever
doing
since
good. He's been
then.
doing
Ever
good.
since then.
He's definitely played better. Yeah.
We played better during some stretch in the home games, but recently it's been rough. But the opposed, this is where it stands out to me. At 105.8 stat, at 105.8 points per game, Rockets are officially the 3rd lowest opposing points per game in the entire NBA.
3rd.
Offense, for sure, we don't know if the offense is going to hold up. You can control your defense.
Yep.
That's the one thing that you know for sure. Jump shots, look, a jump shot's a jump shot. 0 for 27. Let's not even go further into that.
Yeah, it's
We
true.
know that. Jump shots are jump shots. You can have an off night. You can control your lateral movement. You can control your discipline. You can control your culture of your team.
Yep.
Number 3 can hold.
Yeah.
If they continue to play at a dog's pace, at a DAWG dogs pace, then you can continue to, exceed that expectation.
Yeah.
And if they carry it into the road, I'm not saying it, boys. And on top of that, in December, I'm just going to jump further into it. In December, once that Oladipo contract becomes available, add another piece. And I guarantee you right now, the Rockets. Who?
Alex Caruso.
Yeah, say it with your chest.
Alex
man.
Caruso. Go get him, man.
Go get him. Go get that dude from
I'm
Chicago.
not gonna lie,
They're blowing
I am
it up.
not opposed to
Go get
Alex
that dude.
Caruso
Go get
either.
that dude from Chicago. No, I really believe that one more piece, and I think the Rockets are going to be buyers this year, guaranteed.
Oh, 100%.
They're buyers
We're
with that
definitely
2024 Rockets draft pick. That's not going to belong to us. It's not on the table. So win as many games as you can. Fuck it. We don't
Well, we
have
have
that
the
pick.
Nets pick,
We have the
right?
Nets pick, so it doesn't matter.
Trade that pick.
I mean, if you can get something,
if you
can get something, but if
Depends
the
on the
Nets,
player.
but if the Nets play horrible and you have a chance at you won't have a chance at Cooper Flag. That's 2025. Sorry, so if they want to trade for a top pick and get Cooper Flag in 2025, that'd be great. But getting back on topic, the Rockets as a standalone as a whole, the 6-game win streak has opened the eyes and it's opened the entire NBA. I love the fact that pundits now are talking about us once again in a positive light. It just goes to show how great the Ime Udoka acquisition was, like you said, getting Fred VanVleet, getting Fred Van Yeet, by the way. Yo, when he scores, he ain't Fred VanVleet anymore. He's Fred Van Yeet. So shout outs to one of my Twitter followers, because he was like, hey,
Yeah,
can
he
you do
mentioned
this?
that.
Can you say this in the episode? And I was like, dude, watch next episode. I got you. So when he scores, he's not Fred Van Vliet anymore. He becomes Fred Van Yeet.
I like that.
So and he's been killing it, and he's been leading the way. Top notch scoring on his end. Yeah. Just clutch buckets all the way around. This team has been unbelievable. I can't wait to see what the hell they're gonna do down the road here, because you're looking at 6-3, 4th seed right now. My top 6. I said this team was top 6. People laughed. People laughed. People legitimately
man.
laughed at the thought.
Oh wow.
Okay, there's receipts on this. This is the crazy
There
thing.
is receipts
This
on
is
this.
real.
Boys, I don't want to talk too much like obviously on the negatives, but if there's anything in terms of improvement outside of like where I state like I think this team needs to improve on the road. Home cooking is a real thing. Like we're 6-1 on the we're 6-1 at home.
It's good to see a Houston team that can win at home.
Right, we're 6. All right, me and all right, Justin, you got the rest of the show. Me and DJ are gonna head out. The scars are still true.
I went there.
Oh,
No, it's okay. We're okay, DJ. We're okay. All right.
Shout out
if
to the
there's
Houston Dynamo.
Why did you have to do this to us?
damn.
All right. Yeah, that's a deep cut. Why'd you have to cut us deep like that?
Damn.
Yeah, hit him with the Ron Simmons. Hit him with the Farouk one time. No, but is there any like negatives that y'all see like in terms of like where do you see the team needing to improve to continue like this trend upwards? DJ, we'll start with you. Is there anything in terms of like where can we improve the team right now?
Foul trouble. Just
Facts.
because although he's been playing, he's been playing out of his mind. He's playing great. And Dylan Brooks has a tendency of getting in foul trouble, and then we have to bring in Tate or Tari or any defensive anchor off the bench. I think if we stay out of foul trouble, I think we'll be all right. Yeah, just the past 2 games against the Lakers, and then I think the Pelicans game, and then also the Nuggets game. We just had to depend on somebody outside of Brooks. Like I said, Tate or Tari. Now, I will give him this. He did play phenomenal in those last couple of minutes against the Nuggets because he was in – or was it the Pelicans?
Pelicans.
It was Pelicans, yes, Pelicans. He did play phenomenal in those last couple of minutes against the Pelicans. He had 5, and he played phenomenal defense on Brandon Ingram and Zion. I'll give him a shout-out for that. But just overall, man, we need Dylan Brooks as far as defense-wise. So that's why we brought him in here. That's why we brought him on his team. Hey, we stay out of foul trouble. I think we'll be cooking on the road, man. We'll be cooking.
Absolutely. GM, over to you. What do you think in terms of where can you see improvement in this team?
I think there's a couple guys that can improve in terms of shooting. Like, obviously, we love Jalen Green. I love the improvements that he's made all throughout his other parts of his game. The passing, the rebounding, the defense. You've seen it through and through. But what's suffering currently is his shooting. And I think that comes with time, the effort that he is applying to other ends of the floor, it might affect his shooting because of how he's played throughout his whole career. I'm just preaching patience. I'm not saying that we need it right now. I understand why he's not shooting as well, is what I'm saying. That can definitely be a thing of improvement for sure, but that's definitely something that will be done throughout the year. As the year progresses, he gets more comfortable in the Ime offense. He'll be put in positions to succeed more and more. And as his body adjusts to what he is doing now, the shot will be found. Another thing, obviously, Kenny's son, Jabari. Jabari's been playing well, but obviously, you want to see him on the floor when it matters in clutch time. I mean, shout out to Jeff Green. I love that he is closing currently because we are winning. He is helping win games, but that him closing is not sustainable. It's not sustainable to win games. The man is 37 years old.
I agree.
I love that Jabari is receiving some humility currently right now in terms of he's being sat in the fourth and he's being forced to observe. There are moments in games where he looks a little lost defensively. He hasn't been as good. We've talked about this last time.
Yeah,
I've heard it on
regression.
I've heard it. We've seen it on Twitter. Heard it on multiple podcasts. That Jabari needs to find his confidence a little bit. If there's for me, it's not just shooting. It's confidence in general for Jabari. I think that once he's able to figure out himself and that he remembers, like, yo, man, I'm the 3rd overall pick. I went to Auburn. I killed it over there. Let me be that guy again, but not to that. I'm not saying like be a stud, but be the best version of yourself within this team, and you'll be on the floor when it matters, man.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think with Jabari anyways, it's good. And he was even quoted, they had practice today, and he was quoted in saying that because they questioned and asked him if he was okay or if he had any feelings towards being sat, for Jeff Green to close. And he didn't. He took it in stride. He said, "It's good. It's a good. This is a learning experience for me." He said that he gets to sit back and observe and get to understand the ebbs and flows of crunch time situations as well from a defensive standpoint. So we can kind of start reading it. And I think it's good for him because last year under Silas, they would have kept him in. Like this is good. This is a good experience for him. And I've said this plenty of times. Like, look, I'm one of his biggest fans, but you have to earn it. You have to earn your closing minutes.
Absolutely.
And I think against big teams like New Orleans Pelicans, when you're in the NBA Cup, the NBA Cup games, when you're playing against the number 1 seed like a Denver Nuggets, if you're not cutting it, if we want to get the win, we need to get the win. And shouts to Jabari, because at least Jabari said he understands it. He's like, look, I don't care. We're winning.
Yeah.
He's like, it feels good to just win.
Yeah.
Like, it feels good to be winners now. So he said he'll take it in stride, and he knows in the long run, like you said, in the long run, he's going to be the guy to close. He should be the guy to close. Jeff Green, you only need, like I said, I've always seen Jeff Green. He's the, break glass in case of emergency.
Yeah.
That's always what he's been for like at least the last 3 years of his career.
Yeah.
So like having him in these moments to be able to succeed, help the team succeed, great. But long run, we need Jabari to fucking step up.
I really wasn't like looking forward, or I wasn't expecting him to play this year. I thought he was just there for veteran presence. Help
Locker room.
Jabari,
Yeah,
Tari,
me too.
Right, I thought so too.
But like I said, like you said, it's great to see Jabari. At least learn from this instead of like you said last year. He just stays out there, and then it gets worse and worse and worse.
It just gets worse, yeah. And then you're just keeping it repetitive, right?
Yeah. So I like what we did this past Sunday against the Nuggets, man. Jeff Green was cooking. Keep him in, man. Hey, Jabari, if you want to be like him, hey, learn from this. Then next time, hey, you're out there, then you're cooking, So
Exactly.
Well, hit your shots too, because Jeff Green hit like
He had, like,
3
12
threes.
points.
them corner
Yeah,
threes,
he had
man.
those corner 3. He had
Yeah.
He had 2 corner 3 shots to Tari too. Tari hit 2 corner
Yep.
3s too in the fourth. Like
And we were struggling from
you want to
three.
finish, and you want to finish these games. You just when the shot is there, you just have to hit. Like that's it. Like you're there to play defense. You're there to hit your threes. Like that's literally what you're there for. And when you can't do either, you're not going to close. So look, boys. Let's get ready to move on to the next segment here. So let's talk about, obviously, because we want to move on now. Look, being 6-3 is great. Each day has felt like a year now because I've been waiting for Rockets basketball. Shout outs to Titanic. I feel like I've been waiting 84 years for this shit. Like, I'm finally here. We're recording this on a Wednesday night. We're 2 days away from the Rockets Clippers matchup. Let's talk about it. Rockets versus Clippers. The Rockets are 6-3. The Clippers are 3-7.
3-7?
3-7.
Wow.
After their loss to
Respect.
Denver. After their loss to Denver in the NBA Cup games. Guys, this team has not won a game. So some highlights right here. The Clippers have not won a game since they've acquired James Harden. They're 0-5.
Yep.
This team's going to come in hungry.
Oh, yeah.
They want to win.
Yeah.
They're playing at home. Rockets, 6 in a row. We're on fire. We're cooking. We want to keep the streak going.
Exactly.
I think this game should be flexed to prime time. Like, I think this game should 100%. Because there is enough story here. James Harden.
ESPN?
First game, yeah.
Yeah.
Rockets playing against James Harden. Like, there's enough story here to cook something. But let's go ahead and preview it right now. I'm going to throw it out here. Let's do what we normally do. Let's do 3 keys. Let's do a final score right here. DJ, over to you first. 3 keys. What does it take here to get the Rockets over the hump? To get our 7th win in a row and to hand the Clippers their 6th loss in a row.
Well, obviously, first and obvious one, get Sengun cooking, man. Last game, I know Sengun is not Jokic yet, but he's Jokic light. Zubac had a hard time guarding Jokic, man. It was
struggled.
It was struggling. Even though Jokic didn't shoot that good, when Zubac was on him, he was feasting. You get Sengun cooking. Get Sengun cooking. It's probably wraps from there. Second key, foul trouble. Stay out of foul trouble. We all know James Harden has a tendency to get you in foul trouble, especially when he does his little ISO dribbles. Hey, we saw it for a long time here in Houston. He's a
long time
master foul baiter. You know what I'm saying? So stay out of foul trouble. And last but not least, man, we got to win those boards. We got to win the boards, man.
Zubac always kills us.
Yeah,
Zubac's be looking like freaking Kevin Love back in Minnesota, dude. He gets like 20 and 20 every time. I'm tired of it. Tired of this shit.
I wouldn't count the last 3 years because we sucked the last 3
Facts.
years.
Yeah.
But hey, stats are stats. If you look at him, he's been killing us on the boards, man.
Yeah.
We win the board game, get out on transition, get out on the break, score, man. Just score. I think we're a faster team than them. Although I think Kawhi has lost a step a little, but he's still a great defender. Paul George.
I agree.
Yep.
Yeah. Paul George, he's also a great defender. Russ can play defense when he wants, so I'm not really worried. But I want to add another piece, just a little.
Go ahead.
Little
Yeah, go ahead.
tiny piece. we beat them in the bench category too. They, Clippers obviously don't have a great bench.
Facts.
They only have Terrence Mann. You have PJ Tucker come off the bench and Norman Powell. That's it. That's the only three.
Did Reggie Jackson Jackson starting?
No, Reggie Jackson on the Nuggets.
He's a Nuggets.
Yeah, he's a Nuggets.
Oh, you're right. He's a
He's
Nugget.
a
I'm
Jamal
sorry.
Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not a Clipper anymore.
Yeah. But we beat them in the bench points. Yeah, we can get it. We can get out them early. I think we can. I think we really
Absolutely.
can.
They're still trying to gel too. So final score prediction. This is where it gets tough.
Yeah, this is where it gets tough. We get the dub.
Okay.
We get the dub. It's gonna be a double-digit margin.
Ooh.
I think we break away in the fourth quarter. Rockets win 120 to 109.
Ooh.
An 11-point win.
Wow.
I like that.
Yo, that's enticing.
I think that fourth quarter. Usually, we got to get that. We got to get after that. I think Dylan Brooks comes in the game. He's locked in. Hey, I'm about to lock up PG, Kawhi. Whoever you put me on, I'm about to lock in. Jalen, I think he bounces back this game. Jalen bounces back this game. Sengun cooks, all the other things. But, yeah, we win this game, double-digit margin, 120, 109.
I like that.
I
like it with the confidence, too. 120,
that.
109 with the double-digit win.
Yo.
Little double-digit feasting over here. GM, over to you right now. What are you thinking? Where are we standing? Three keys. Give me a final score.
My first key is taking advantage of the minutes when Harden is off the court.
Agreed.
Because I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to give you some numbers real quick. 0-5 with Harden. They're minus 70 with him on the floor.
Jeez.
They're like a plus 45 with him off. Okay? So we have to take advantage of the minutes when he's off the court. We know they're not going to gel. I mean, granted, they did look better against the Nuggets the last game. They kept it close. But once Harden came in the fourth again, that's when they broke away. It's unfortunate. That's just kind of how it is. He was our guy, and now he plays for the enemy. He's back home. Good for him. But that's something that we have to take advantage of because the Clippers play better without him. Yep. At this point in time, they play better without him.
Right.
So we got to take advantage of that and ensure that if we have the lead, keep it, or even if we can extend it, do it. Number two, definitely we're going to need, Jalen to step it up a little bit more. I mean, as much as I love LP, we can't always depend on him to have these 20 and 12 and 7 type of games.
Yeah.
Zubac gave him trouble before. That's definitely something that we're going to lean on in terms of scoring. It's definitely going to be leaning a little bit more on Jalen. You're probably going to get PG on him. You're going to get some Kawhi, a sprinkle of Harden, Westbrook. He's going to get a mixture of matchups depending on what's going down on the floor.
I think his toughest matchup would be probably PJ Tucker because I know PJ Tucker will play some of the five a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. PJ is definitely going to kind of give that in. But yeah, we definitely see some of that from Jalen. And then number 3, man, just out-coach, adjust. Because what I'm expecting this game is that Ty Lue is going to have more wrinkles up his sleeve with Harden now. And even though we've seen film of how he's been, how the team has been with James, we have to expect more. Ime needs to be prepared, have some extra bullets in that holster, and understand that, adjustments will be made. And what we've seen the last 9 games, he's prepared. But, just Ime be Ime. I think that's another key that we're going to need in terms of just moving forward, getting a win on the road, which would be our first road win if we do. So, yeah, my final score, 113-107, Rockets.
Wow, on a 6-point win.
I like that.
Okay.
I think it's going to be close. And I know DJ said that we pull away in the fourth. I think that we do pull away in the fourth as well. I just think it might be a little bit closer.
They're gonna go one.
I'm expecting either
run.
James or PG to hit some big threes in the fourth.
Right. They're gonna do what they normally do.
That's what I'm expecting.
Okay.
But I'm also expecting Dylan, Fred, or Jalen to go off a little bit too.
Yep.
Or Jabari, maybe possible.
Wishful thinking,
please. Jabari, please. Dad is talking. Okay. All right, boys. I'll give you my 3 keys right now. 1. Home cooking. And when I mean home cooking, I don't mean Clippers home cooking. I mean Jalen home cooking.
Yeah.
Jalen is from Fresno, California. When the lights are on in LA, he tends to turn up.
There you go.
So I want to see Jalen, some high scoring. I want to see some high scoring, some high efficiency on his end. I think Jalen's going to be very key. I think he loves the matchup against Harden. He tends to turn it up. Yeah, he tends to take it personally. Anytime it's against like the stars, Jalen has a tendency to like, oh shit, like the stars are here, like I gotta fucking turn up, like,
Yeah.
and he's playing in LA, like it's not the Lakers, but he's still playing in LA.
Yeah.
Is it the cryptocurrency?
Crypto.com.
Still crypto. I keep want to call it
Is that
Staples,
what it
man, the
is?
house that Kobe built.
Yep.
No, but it's the cryptocurrency arena. So Jalen needs to cook. I better see some home cooking on his
Yeah.
end. That's point number 1. Point number 2. Big Dog, you alluded to this earlier. You said I want to prevent Zubats. Zubats has been it's killed us these last few years. Shouldn't count, but unfortunately it still does. Zubats, for some reason, when he plays against the Rockets, it's
Just
weird. He turns into like
He turned it like prom.
He
Kevin,
he
yeah,
grabs
prime
everything,
David
everything.
Robinson,
Yeah.
prime
Yeah.
Alonzo Mourning. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
it's fucking Zubats. Like, you're not a stud. So I need them to kind of like do what they need to do, which leads perfectly into my third point, and that's to out hustle. Take advantage of the old men, dude. This is an old team. That Clippers
Yeah.
is an old team. Like, all these stars, like if this was like 10 years ago or like even like 6 or 7 years ago, you're looking at fucking monsters over there.
Not even 6, 7 years ago. Maybe like 2020.
Yeah, even just 2020, even bubble.
Bubble.
Like these guys were all studs. Like they're a
Yeah.
couple years older now, so they're kind of all these stars are on the back end of their careers.
Yep.
So take advantage now, out hustle. I don't know if you're gonna win the rebound department, like DJ said, but at least as long as you can make it difficult for them, just don't prevent the second chance points,
Yeah.
prevent the third chance points, get ahead, focus on the task. Keep the top 3 defense that you guys have held on for 9 games into the season, now going for number 10.
Yeah.
You do that, you'll win your first game on the road this season. So my end score is going to be 118 to 110. I'm keeping the 118 score because of
Call
a
that for
specific-
like every game.
yeah, I've been calling it for every game. Hey, and every game we've done well. So 118 to 110. I think that like DJ said, we're gonna pull away. They're gonna go for one last ditch effort. They're gonna cut the lead down. I would think between like the 4 or 5, and then I think some big buckets will ultimately seal the game and some free throws. I think 118 to 110 is the score. Rockets escape. LA with their first road win of the season. Remember, they're doing a 3-game stretch right now in California. So they got Lakers, they got
Warriors.
Kings. Is it Lakers and Warriors? So it's
Yeah.
Clippers, Lakers, Warriors. So we got a lot of stuff to look forward to, boys. This is gonna be a fun time. Like,
It is.
guys, we're a fucking winning team now.
Oh yeah.
I think this is our first true test. You got this game, then you got the Lakers with 80s back. So I think that's another test.
That's
Then-
gonna be big.
Yeah, we don't know what the
Facts.
Warriors gonna look like on Monday. I think Steph is still hurt.
Draymond might be gone.
Draymond Draymond.
If Draymond gets suspended, by the way, we're not an NBA show,
Yeah.
so I'm not gonna dive too deep. But if he gets if he gets suspended for like 2 games and that's it,
That's ridiculous.
That's
NBA got
ridiculous.
to check
That is
themselves.
ridiculous.
NBA
man.
got to check themselves.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens, boys. Let's get ready to go home here. But before we go home, I do want to give a shout out and ad to one of our special sponsors right now, to Celebrity Mint, representing, by the way, this awesome Ric Flair.
Woo!
Gem. Can we get a woo for him? Woo! So Celebrity. God, I can't even do the ad straight. Celebrity Mint is a family-owned and Houston-based company. We're proud to call a part of the Apollo family. They are debuting their new sports memorabilia like the Mike Tyson Legend Series made of silver and gold and the Ric Flair Gem Mint 10, which is what I'm holding right here. Ric Flair, you can see behind me too. We got a couple of them standing over there. Ric Flair, the Iron Mike Tyson Ric Flair Legend Series collection can be found right now on celebritymint.com. Give them a follow on their socials at the Celebrity Mint. One time, guys, look at it. Check this out. It's a beautiful, beautiful card, and it can be yours right now if you go on celebritymint.com. Go check them out. I'm a big fan of baseball cards or like cards in general, so just seeing this right now is actually really, really sick. It's my first time seeing this in person, so I may have to take this from the studio. We'll see. But be sure to check them out.
Shameless.
Celebritymint.com, of course. This is how I am. Celebritymint.com. Go check them out. Great cards, great people. Houston-based company as well, so be sure to check them out. Boys, let's get ready to go home here. Man, that's great to get us back in the studio. It's great to, well, 2 things. It's great to be in the studio, to be back together. 2, it's great to be in the studio as winners.
Winners, man.
Yo.
3 years.
4th seed.
4th seed.
4th fucking
Stop the
seed.
count.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, we
Stop
good.
the count.
We good.
Start now, man.
Start the playoffs. Start the count. So let's get
Yeah.
ready to go home here. Boys, obviously, thank you so much for being here. The GM, obviously, being my co-host. My boy DJ, my big dog.
Dog, man.
The big dog has returned. Yeah, look, I'm telling you, because anytime we're in studio here, he's gonna be in us on all of these episodes. So I'm excited. It's nice to finally have like a third host that could sit with us and like, as opposed to just being across from my brother. I'm tired. I mean, I love him, but you getting sick of his ass.
It's fair.
Yeah.
It goes both ways.
That's messed up.
It goes
man.
both ways.
No, I'm just kidding. It's all love. It's all love. He's my business partner. We're good. Let's get ready to go home here. DJ, anything last year you got to say before we go home?
Alperen Sengun, most improved player. I'm calling it right now. But damn it, Tyrese Maxey going off. But hey,
Shout out to Tyrese Maxey.
shout out
man.
Tyrese Maxey. But
No, I ain't
50
gonna shut him
burger,
out.
50 burger.
I ain't gonna shout out Tyrese Maxey. I'm good. That Sengun 50 piece gonna hit even harder.
It's gonna be, oh,
Calling it. Speaking into
calling it.
That's
existence.
real. That's real.
I love it. All right, DJ. Good stuff.
Yeah.
GM. Oh,
Go back,
give me with the yeet.
Yeah, you know.
Hey, yeet.
Yeah.
You know I appreciate this guy. Appreciate this guy.
Yeah.
Let's get ready to go home here.
my
GM, give the
God.
people what they want one time.
All right. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at JP_Mirabueno. Follow the podcast on Twitter and TikTok at Summit SOMPOD. Follow the Instagram at Summit State of Mind _POD. Follow our people, our group, our brothers over at Apollo NBA and at Apollo HOU. And one more thing, this Friday, we have a watch party over at our good friends, Trash Panda Drinking Club. It's the second game of the in-season tournament. Obviously, we just previewed the game, the Rockets versus some team from LA with a bearded dude.
Dude with a beard.
It's gonna be great. We'll have some giveaways. We'll have more drink specials for you guys. The start time's at 9:30, so we're getting some Rockets after dark. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a little late night game, but hey, man, come by. Have some libations, have some great food, and have a good time. Hang out with your boys from the Summit. We'll have other boys from Apollo pulling up as well. But just come hang out, guys. If you want some drinks, have some fun, we'll be there.
And you can follow me as well on Twitter at Summit Commish. Follow Hustletown Season one time. That's also DJ. So be sure to follow him at Hustletown Season. But that's Hustletown SZN. SZN on Twitter. So be sure to check him out. You can follow me on Twitter as well at Summit Commish. Shouts to our Apollo podcast brethren that continue to kill the game. Shouts to BTDB on the Diamond, Crown Jewel of Astros podcast. Shout outs to Apollo Texans off the gridiron. CJ Stroud's fucking killing it right now.
Fucking amazing.
You want to go with your number one option in terms of listening
Maybe
content?
MVP? Maybe?
I mean, no, he's the MVP.
Maybe?
Win the division. It's all yours, CJ.
That's
Win the
it.
division.
Win the division. It's yours.
It's yours.
Easily. Apollo Texans, be sure to check them out off the gridiron on YouTube, on our Apollo HOU network. Be sure to super kick that subscribe button one time. And we thank each and every one of y'all for making us your first listen for all Houston Rockets content. And we appreciate it. And we appreciate each and every one of y'all. And I think we're closing in on episode 1. Let me double check my episodes. I think we're at 185 now.
Okay.
No, 186. We're going to close the book and the chapter now on 186. Houston Rockets 6-3, going for 7-3 tomorrow. Let's go ahead and end this episode as I end every episode with a Go Summit. Go Apollo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7. Go Rockets.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing, guys. One more thing. Watch basketball. Yeet.
Yeah.